e nā hoa aina, e nā hoa velolike, e nā hoa pili, me nā hoa aloha, a me nā hoa pai o pū ke kahi, aloha nui kākou, o wau ke iau ka hoʻokahi kanuha, e kuana, ma ka puʻu honua o puʻu huluhulu, ma ka lā kanakolu kumaono, o keia kū kiaʻi Mauna ana I keia makahiki. We're here today on day 36 at puʻu honua o puʻu huluhulu. A little over a month since 8 individuals locked themselves down to a cattle guard for over 11 hours. And 1 month to the day since 34 kūpuna put themselves in the middle of the road and put themselves in between law enforcement officers and Maunakea with the intention to protect it, and were arrested. We want to utilize this time to mahalo all of our kūpuna who put themselves on the line, the 34 who were arrested and the 20 or 30 more who were willing to get arrested that day. Because we know on that day there were at least 50 plus kūpuna who were willing to make a stand. And although only 34 of them were arrested, I want to take this opportunity to mahalo all of them who were willing to do it that day and who we know are willing to do it in the future. Secondly, we want to respond to a declaration that has been made by the Maunakea Incident Commander, Samuel Jausma, who holds the rank of Major in the Hawaii County Police Department. And in this declaration, there is some information that we think needs to be corrected, but we don't have all the time in the world to go over them one by one. But one thing that we do want to clarify and correct is the fact that we have always been cooperative and always will be cooperative, and in fact more than cooperative, with any first responder vehicles that attempt to make their way to Mauna Kea. Whether they are here to provide service and aid to us, the Kia'i, or whether they're here to provide service and aid for the law enforcement officers or anyone else in this situation, whether they stand with us or against us, safety and the well-being of everybody here is our primary concern. And so never will we ever obstruct a first responder vehicle or any vehicle that attempts to come to provide service and aid to anybody here. We've never done that, and we never will do that in the future. We remain committed, like I said, to provide as best as we can for the safety of all individuals here. On another note, what was very apparent in this declaration made by the Maunakea Incident Commander is the power and the effectiveness of kapu aloha, which has been our guiding principle from day one. Not just in this movement in 2019, but has been our guiding principle since 2015 as well, when we stopped the TMT for the first time up in the Hale Kukia'i Mauna area, around the 9,000 feet level. And so we know that the police officers that day who came with the sheriff's office, who came from DoCare, who came from the Attorney General's office, who came from Hawaii County Police Department, from the Maui Police Department, and the Honolulu Police Department, we know that they came prepared, perhaps not with the intention, but prepared to use force. And this was apparent by them arriving with the 3-foot batons swinging at their waists, the cans of pepper spray and mace attached to their vests, the LRAD that they put out in the middle of the road. And so we know, and it was made apparent in this declaration, that they were in no position to use that type of force because of our commitment to kapu aloha. And when they did roll in with the 100 or 150 so officers that day, with all of their, their weapons in a sense, they were met only with mele and oli, foundational aspects of our culture, things that we do here on a daily basis, that we do in protocol and that we do outside of protocol. And while facing the threat of violence and potential harm, we responded, again, in kapu aloha, with chants and song. And although they were loud, our chants and our song, like I said, is a foundational aspect of our culture. It is non-threatening. It is non-violent. And in fact, one thing that they mentioned in this declaration was that they were afraid of the so-called bamboo sticks that were being held in the hands of Kia'i. These bamboo sticks are called pu'ohe. Again, we utilize these to begin ceremony and to end ceremony here on Mauna Kea 3 times a day. It is a staple of our culture. It is nothing new. It is not a weapon. It is a tool that is used in ceremony and in cultural protocol. And it's kind of funny that their fear that day, their biggest fear that day, was the fact that we responded with chant, song, and in our hands these so-called bamboo sticks that we call pu'ohe. And so we call upon all of our people to remain committed to kapu aloha, because it is because of our commitment to kapu aloha that they were not able to escalate force. We gave them no reason. Although they were prepared with the mace, the pepper spray, the batons, and all the other tools and weapons that they had that day, it is because of the way that we conducted ourselves that did not allow them to escalate the use of force. And so we call upon all of our people to continue in this way, the way we have from day one, as we move into the future, to protect our Mauna Kea from the further desecration through the building of the 30-meter telescope. And lastly, we want to mahalo the hundreds and maybe the thousands of kia'i who have made their way to Oahu today, to Aloha Stadium, to watch a football game that is taking place right now between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. And whether our kia'i are cheering for the Rams or cheering for the Cowboys, I call upon them to take a good look around. In fact, I call upon everybody who is at that game, take a good look around. Look at the size of that stadium and imagine a structure like that. Imagine a construction footprint like that being put upon our sacred Mauna Kea. A construction project that would leave at least a 5-acre footprint. That would be over 18 stories tall on our Mauna. Take a look at Aloha Stadium. Comprehend how big and how massive that area is. And again, imagine that being put on our Mauna against our will. Because that is the type of project that we are against. That is the type of desecration that we are trying to stop. And that is the type of desecration that we will stop. TMT will not be built on Mauna Kea. And so, we mahalo all of our hoa, all of our kako'o, all of our kia'i who have stood with us from day one, who have joined with us after day one, and who will join us moving forward. Because our numbers continue to grow, we continue to get stronger, we continue to get more organized, and we continue to unify on a daily basis. And I am here reaffirming again our commitment to kapu aloha, our commitment to protecting Mauna Kea from further desecration through the building of the 30-meter telescope. Ano leila, e nā hoa, mahalo keia ho'olohe ana mai, ku kia I mauna kākou.
Kanikapu!
Paikalima! Paikalima! Paikalima!
Eu!
Eu.
Eu.